The money's got to come from somewhere.
There's a difference between collective guilt and individual guilt.
Why don't you feel guilty? No,
I don't.
Yeah, and
because I didn't do it.
I think more black conservatives, but you benefited from it. You benefited from it, and you still benefit from it.
Bill Maher got into an intense back and forth with one of his guests on his show. This rapper, Killer Mike, seen on the right side of the screen, appeared on Real Time with Bill Maher and began pushing for reparations for black people. Bill Maher, showing enough common sense to challenge him on his own show, pushed back against these claims. We're about to watch the clip where Bill Maher confronts this rapper for demanding reparations live on Real Time with Bill Maher.
A comment on my editorial that I just did about how there's a lot of materialism in music these days, and maybe it's not great for the kids.
I think there's materialism in American society, period. We're just, musicians and artists a lot of times, in terms of when art becomes commerce, it's just a reflection of where society is. When you were talking about, it used to be a lot of bitches and hoes and homophobia in there. Bitches, hoes, and homosexuals buy music. And at a certain point, the people who make music was like, it's not cool to keep saying this shit because they got better buying power than just the guys who are mad at home. And what you see now is the people on top of the charts are the Kendrick Lamars, the Drakes, the J. Coles, because society, Huey said, it's not the vanguard that moves the people, it's not the leadership, it's when the people are ready to move. So I think when I have arguments with Anaya, my 26-year-old daughter, I know that there's a change coming because of the way she views the world. So I think musicians and artists for commerce are going to adjust. But when it comes to money, we have an infatuation with money in this country. So much to the point we went and kidnapped a bunch of people 400 years ago, made them work for free, and said, boom, greatest nation in the world. So, happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month.
It's like a relationship fight. You never let it go.
No, you can't. I'll tell you this. Speaking of money, you want to let it go. Prepare a reparations package for black people in this country. For people, and I'll tell you this. The leader of the
Did I buy dinner last time?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, in the restaurant.
That does not count.
You did. You offered to marry my wife if I died early.
Absolutely.
Too, so. But I do think this country could benefit from a reparations package that included cash, that included reversal of redlining by helping black people be homeowners, understand credit, and understand Americans that if the black community has more money, this country has more money. And we need to start seeing ourselves in a relationship.
Right. As long as we have the topic on the table, what do you think about that? Reparations.
Vivek Ramaswamy just texted me his Taylor Swift playlist. I haven't been paying attention, so I'll pass.
Wait, you're dodging this question?
I'll dodge out. In terms of what, reparations?
Sending out a check.
Someone's got to pay. No, I'm not for reparations. I'm not for that at all. At the end of the day, this country owes $34 trillion, and the government doesn't owe that money. You all owe that money. And also, don't be fooled. The money's got to come from somewhere.
There's a difference between collective guilt and individual guilt.
Why don't you feel guilty? No,
I don't.
Yeah,
because I didn't do it.
I think more black conservatives, but you benefited from it. You benefited from it, and you still benefit from it.
Yes, that's true too.
So my thing is just help spread the benefits.
But there are reparations that do go on in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't say absolutely just give me a few $1 million and I'm fine. No, I think that trade and higher level education. I do think a cash payout. I think that there should be a mortgage forgiveness. I think that we should.
Honestly, I think this guy is a complete idiot, and I wish I could be more blunt about it without risking getting flagged on YouTube. This whole thing is just ridiculous. What exactly is the issue we're trying to fix here? Are we trying to push some kind of black superiority agenda, or are we genuinely trying to address poverty? Because if poverty is truly the concern, as these people like to claim, then why not simply provide more assistance to people who are struggling financially, regardless of their race? Why does someone have to be black to qualify for that help? And honestly, I'm not even in favor of just handing out money to people because they're poor either. There are steps people can take to improve their financial situation. The point is, if we're serious about tackling poverty, there are ways to do it that benefit all poor people, not just one racial group. That approach makes far more sense. We should be pushing for better education and opportunities for all people living in poverty, no matter their background. But here's the reality. Poverty isn't actually what they're trying to solve. The truth is, a lot of these people simply have a problem with white people. Let's just be honest about it. They see this as a chance to get some free money, and deep down, many of them harbor a real resentment toward white people. This guy is likely no different. He probably won't admit it openly, but when someone speaks this way, it usually points to a deep-rooted belief that white people are the enemy.
Have an incentive to incentivize black wealth in this country. Robert Smith, black billionaire, had an interesting conversation where he wanted to tax corporations 2% of wealth. Imagine what 2% of multi-billion-dollar companies does for black society. What it does is it creates a place where it's not perfect, but Atlanta black people have opportunity. And if you talk to Governor Brian Kemp in Georgia, we also have a Republican governor who I have a relationship with. For the last 10 years, we've been #1 in business. We've created over 60,000 jobs and have more jobs coming. I would challenge you to help put together a reparations package that made the rest of America look more like the opportunity.
Well, he's from New Hampshire. That's not going to happen.
But is it, if I may, Lord knows I didn't want to get into a reparations discussion.
It would cost you hundreds of dollars up there.
Right, and then you got again, what about the Native Americans who are, you got to go down the list. And when we're done with the reparations package this year, what about
you don't hear black people arguing against reparations for anyone. We've never argued against reservations. We've never argued against any payouts for people America's wrong. We're simply saying, while we're at the table, let's do something to aid the people that until 60 years ago lived in apartheid.
Okay, but like
60 years is not very long.
With Native Americans, we gave them the casino industry. Yeah. What about, supermarkets? Could
black people have the marijuana industry?
Well, something like that.
Look at his fucking face. Would you give us marijuana? Multi-billion-dollar industry is still fresh. It's still growing. Why doesn't Killer Mike have a marijuana license in Georgia?
I'm out of the business.
Will you call Brian Kemp for me?
I'll call Brian right now.
Why does Killer Mike actually believe the marijuana industry is something he's owed? Like, why would you even walk into a serious conversation and put that on the table? Nobody owes you that. You yourself were never a slave. And let's be real. We didn't just hand the casino business to Native Americans on a silver platter. What actually happened was the laws shifted to make it more favorable for them to profit from casinos. But guess what? Plenty of non-Native Americans are running very successful casino operations too. So, what exactly are we proposing here? That the entire marijuana industry gets gift-wrapped and handed exclusively to black people? Does that mean everyone else gets locked out of that business completely? Come on now. That makes zero sense. This guy genuinely has no idea what he's talking about, and that's just the truth. I want to hear from you all in the comments. What do you think about Bill Maher putting Killer Mike in his place live on Real Time with Bill Maher? Are Killer Mike's ideas as hollow as they sound, or do you think reparations could actually bring this country together? Personally, I don't see it cooling any tension whatsoever. If anything, it throws fuel on the fire. If we're truly serious about fixing poverty in America, then let's fix poverty, all of it, for everybody. Not just for one group. White, black, it doesn't matter. Let's solve the real problem and stop dancing around it.